Zayin and Alf, we're going to start a drop towards the top because you need a little bit of a running start. So choose, I'm going to start from Vavam and the base on the bottom. 3 lines to the bottom. Va'isai tefach heichan ma'amidai. And again, just a shtickle extra plea. However, let's try to please. Let's do the Chazar during the day. Now is when we're going to iron it in. All these Gemaras we've Baruch Hashem done many, many times. I think if we actually read it once ourselves, it will really solidify B'siyata Dishmaya. And again, I'm going a little bit faster during Shir. If anything is unclear, please stop me. Where do we place that tefach? What's that tefach? On the bottom of Vavam and Beis. I went back and dropped. Back and drop 3 lines to the bottom. That extra little tefach, 2 and a little bit. Where does a little bit go? As the picture shows, connect it and go out. Why don't you make it a shtickle angled? Shasik Rav. Rav was quiet. Was he maskim? Was he not? In the idea. It's Renami, another raya. They taught Moirin for the word of Moira. They taught in the base medrash. You stand it opposite the wall. Rav Simon. Again, let's remember Rabbi Simon is going to be the machmir. It's going to keep on happening. Rabbi Simon, pencil, here we go. Rabbi Simon is going to always add on. So comes to Rabbi Simon and says, don't just make a tefach. Isolate tefach soichik. Soichik, expanded. Expanded, the nikuta of an expanded tefach is, it's slightly larger than a tefach. Why do I care that it's slightly larger than a tefach? Look at the Gemara. And you stand it within 3 tefachim sabach l'daifen, and therefore, so you have 3 lavid closed up, and then you have this last guy 4, and it's a little bit bigger, filling in that little bit less than 3. What do you got? 4 tefachim, which is a wall, the raiv of 7. A diyumad.
The round post that we're talking about. You have a tefach inside it.
The diyumad on the dalam and beis, yes, you have a tefach on either side. I don't know if that means it's a little bit bigger than tefach. I'm not sure. The post is.
Yeah, inside the post, you have more than a tefach, right? So
yeah, interesting.
in theory, you can mix and match.
Interesting. Amar Rav Yehuda, sukkah siyakima avoy. A sukkah like a mavui. What does that mean in your pictures? That's the 3rd to last picture. I have different order of mine. That's just the beams on both sides, 2 sides, like a mavui, which we know already by now. And the tefach you place wherever you like. Rabbi Simai Nachamol is machmir. Rabbi Simai Levi Amar. Before he said you make a tefach soichek within 3, which equals 4, which is majority of 7. Gevaldik. Now comes along Rabbi Simon. What does he say today? What do you say now? Isolate pass out a ball. You make a pass a board, which is 4 tzvachim, umashun a little bit. And you place it. And is kilavadami. And what do you have? 7. Givaldik. Period. Obvious kasha is what? Why in the first case was it sufficing with a little bit bigger than 1, with 11 being 3, which equaling 4. And here you need to have a board which is 4, which 3, which is 7. The camera second hasam over there. Why shahasa? Why over there the camera sagi? It suffices to why over here the camera bayit pass araba? Need a board that is 4. Answers the Gemara. Hasam the ika shtei defanas kil chasan. You have 2 full walls. Hacham the leka shtei defanas. You don't have 2 full walls. Ika parsa arba in iloiloi. Now, what does that mean? That you do not have 2 full walls? Yes, you do. But it's not connected, right? It just as I don't really know actually. To be honest with you, Rashi when he says shtei defanas, Rashi just says. Shleimus Kel Chazin Kimin Gam. The 2 are connected. The near is mefulash eskihai. I know it's the wordage of the Gemara is a little bit interesting. It says it's not
connected with the one that's good. So when they're not connected,
No. I'm asking in svara too. That's for sure what the Gemara means. Let me very good. Let me reiterate what Rav Avi just said. It's true. When they're connected and little bits, now it's all connected, it's easier. So now he needs a little bit more. Whereas when it's azoi, when they're on two sides, then he needs more because the two aren't connected. You need more to connected. But the wording of the Gemara, what the Gemara says, there's shtei defanes kilchas. The shtei defanes kilchas in our case also, they're just not connected. It's just the wording is a little bit interesting. That's all.
But he definitely wouldn't hold up the corners.
Yeah, well, yeah, no one knows the corners. Omar Rava. Comes along Rava, and Rava adds on. If you remember, it's a big shaila, as the Gemara is going to see in a moment, what Rava is doing. Ve'ena nitares ela bitzuras apesach. And it's only mutter with a tzuras apesach, which in your pictures is the last picture. That what? Says Rava, placing a little board is not enough. What do you need? A full tzuras apesach. Tzuras apesach is a doorway. Says Rava, that is what you need to be your third wall. What did Rava mean? Says the Gemara, Ika diamri amar Rava, viniteres nami b'tzuras apesach. It could also work b'tzuras apesach, meaning you could either use a regular tefach or you could use a tzuras apesach. Ika diamri amar Rava, utzricha nami tzuras apesach, which means what? You need both. It's not enough to have a tefach. You have to also utzricha nami. You also need a tzuras haPesach. So that's Rava's chiddush. So again, just keep track of what's going on over here. We have two walls. We're figuring out the third wall. The Gemara started the third wall is a little bit connected. The Gemara suggested maybe that's being a diagonal. Unclear whether we go with that. Period. Next piece of the Gemara comes along Rav Simon and he says a little bit's not enough. You got to put it a little bit bigger than one within 3 to equal 4. Beautiful. Next case. You have two walls like this on the sides. Where do you put the third wall? First shita, wherever you want. Again, Rav Simon comes along. And this time he doesn't say it's enough just with the tefach. And rather, what does he say? You need a board of 4 within 3, equaling a real 7. Why? Explains the Gemara. Because there's not kilchas, and they're two separate, disparate walls. And now Rava's adding on to this whole parsha. It's not enough to have a tefach. What do you need? You need to have a tzuras haPesach. Which means what? Either it's not enough, like I just said, which is the second lashon. Utzricha nami, you also need a tzuras haPesach. Or the first lashon is no. Either you could build one tefach, or you could have a tzuras haPesach. That's what we're holding right now. The Gemara now concludes.
Hey, you're saying that nami.
Excuse me?
Hey, picked on the side.
Oh, because it shows, yeah. It's so that detail, yeah.
This shows the difference.
Yeah, let's see.
This is the picture of hay,
Good. Teres nami.
and this is adding. You have
Good.
to have that.
Good. They showed it. So very good. So that's what Rashi says. Rashi says the chilik is there a tefach and more? Or are you taking that tefach and you're splitting it into the tzuras haPesach? That's an easy way to explain it. It could be he's even adding on to Rav Simon's 4 tefachim. That's already getting involved in the Rishonim, how you learn what Rav was doing. But he's coming along and saying you need a tzuras haPesach. That's what we need to know.
Why does it say that you need a tzuras haPesach? So one
Correct.
standing there-
Correct. No, but what's Rava adding on? When Rava's so is he adding on to Rav Simon or is he adding on to Rav? Is he adding on to Rav Simon? The Rav Simon said you need 4 in the case of the Mavik. Rav Simon said you need a tefach seichik in the normal case, and then Rava on top of that, or is Rava going in the first case?
When we pass in halacha, what do we pass in a little bit?
A little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah,
I believe we pass in just a tefach. I believe, but I don't want to take a chrayis without looking that up. Not the normal type of sukkah you're going to build. Says the Gemara. I don't know if I said is correct. So, like I said, I have to look it up. Says the Gemara.
Easier to build a 4.
Well, that's for sure, but he's just asking Stam. Amar lei Ravashi. Ravashi achil Rav Kahana. Ravashi found Rav Kahana. T'kovit tefach soichei. Oh, Ravashi found Rav Kahana. You know what he did? He did like Rav Simon. He had a tefach soichei, a large tefach, and v'kovit tzuras haPesach. And he also had a tzuras haPesach. Amar le losav lamar lahada Rava. You don't hold of Rava. The Amar Rava. What did Rava say? V'niteres nami b'tzuras haPesach. I mean, you don't need both. It's either or. Amar le'anaki doch lishna de Rava severely. I don't like the other lashon of Rava, which is what Amar Rava utzricha nami tzuras haPesach givaldik. And we continue. Shayim kel chasan, and now we begin a slightly difficult Gemara. Not to get everyone scared. I don't think it should be that difficult because I think we learned it well. We learned the next Gemara nice and slowly. So let's see if we have it. The Mishnah said, excuse me, what do you need for your sukkah? 2 and a little bit. Amar Rava or Rabba. Amar Rabba. The 2 dots with 8 lines for the white lines. Amar Rabba. V'chein l'Shabbos. Just like when you have your 2 walls in a little bit. You put schach on top of it, you could eat in there on Sukkot. V'chein l'Shabbos, that what? You could carry inside that area. You're middle of a flat bush and give you 2 walls and a little bit, has a din of a rishos, and you could carry in it. Why? Migu davei doifel linyan sukkah, havei doifel linyan Shabbos. Migu, since it works for Sukkot, it works for Shabbos. Eisvei Abaye asked Abaye to Rabba. Omi amrin on Migu. Do we really say this Migu? Ve'hatanya, but we learned in a Braisa. Doifen Sukkah, kid doifen Shabbos. The walls of a sukkah are like the walls for Shabbos. Ubilvad, but be careful. Shelo yehei b'kana lechaveiroi shloisha tfachim. You can't have 3 tfachim between the beams. Why not? Because you need to have lava to close it up. That's part A of the Brisa. V'yisei Shabbos al Sukkah. The Brisa starts, it says that Sukkah is the same as Shabbos. With regard to what? With regard to lava. That if I have sticks as my wall, as long as there's not 3 tfachim in between, the gap is closed up. And furthermore, says the Gemara, V'yisei Shabbos al Sukkah. It's yeser. It's more. Yoiser. It's more. Shabbos is more than Sukkah. Why is Shabbos more than Sukkah? Shabbos ain't teres. Shabbos is only permitted. Elo be'oimin meruba ala parutz. When you have more oimin, more wall than parutz, which is opened up area. Prutza, opened up. So you have more wall than opened area. Masha'in came by Sukkah, which is not true about Sukkah. That by Sukkah, you don't need to have more wall than open space. Says the Gemara, what do we see from this Brisa? The math, simple math. The Brisa said that what? Shabbos is more chomer than Sukkah. My love, Yisera, Shabbos this Sukkah. A Sukkah. The Gemara says, you know what it means? If you're on Sukkot and it's Shabbos, that Shabbos must be more chomer. What does it mean it's more chomer? The loyamrinan, and we don't say migu. We don't say the migu. That's a bayos kasha to Rabba. You, Rabba, wanted to say that just like his 2 walls and a little bit is a kosher sukkah, you could carry in there on Shabbos. Says Abaya, no. The Brisa says Yisera. Shabbos is more. What does it mean it's more? Clearly more means it's more chomer. When is it more chomer? On Sukkot. So you can already anticipate the answer. Once you see that chiluk, you see the opening, you exploit it. That's the teretz. Says Marlo. No. Yisera Shabbos de Alma, not Shabbos of Sukkah. That would have different rules. Meaning, which you can understand conceptually. If the whole sukkah you're eating in the sukkah, what? It's going to come Shabbos, all of a sudden it's not a sukkah. It's a shtickle crazy. Says Marlo, you know what the Brisa means? Yisera Shabbos de Alma, a stam Shabbos. If this week we went outside into our little hut with 2 walls and a little bit, that would not be good on Shabbos de Sukkah. On Shabbos of Sukkah. Frakti Gemara. If that is true, ask the Gemara in the first line, Hachi, listening Nami, it should have said Yisera Sukkah de Alma, Sukkah de Shabbos. It should have said that Sukkah de Alma, just like Shabbos de Alma, or regular Shabbos is more chomer than Shabbos of Sukkot. Should have said Yisera Sukkah de Alma. A sukkah de Shabbos, that what? Dilu sukkah de Alma by tefach seichik. A stam sukkah is going to need a tefach seichik. Dilu sukkah de Shabbos is not going to loy by a tefach seichik. Visagi belechi. On Shabbos, you're not going to need a tefach seichik. It's going to be enough with a lechi. Why is it going to be enough with a lechi? Oh, now we get involved in Erevin. Because you are the one that said, Sikich al gabe mavui. If you put schach, have a mavui big, 2 walls. Only 2 walls. You put schach on top of it, but it has a sheyesh loy lechi. What does it mean it has a lechi? It just has a lechi, just has a beam. Does it have a tefach soichik and expanded tefach? No. All it has is a lechi. If it has a lechi, kosher. So atu dam etzich gabi mavi shish lechi kosher. So asks the Gemara, if you're explaining to me it's not Shabbos of Sukkah, but rather it's what? It's Shabbos of throughout the whole year, so it should have said the same thing by Sukkah. Answers the Gemara, oh, that's your kasha? That's not such a kasha. Oh, lo yitzricha, that we don't need lay. Hashta mekilta lechamirta amrinon. If we see that we're learning out from the kula to the chamra, mechamira lekilta lekolshkin, meaning because Shabbos is generally more chamor. So if Shabbos is generally more chamor, we're going to be able to learn it out from Sukkah, then Hanami, we'd be able to learn it the other way, and therefore that is not a kasha. So the Gemara is ending off that we do not have a raya. It's rather Shabbos Alma is more chamer of Shabbos to Sukkah. But what's going to come out that Shabbos of Sukkot, you'll be able to carry and eat inside your Sukkah that has only 2 walls and a little bit. We're going to stop here at the Gufa. Perfect place to stop. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll deal with Zion, and we could be able to get into Ches because it gets into the math, which actually is not hard once you know what's going on.